Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley trading video. Today we're doing our day trading recap for the 5th of September 2024. So let's get straight into it. We'll pull up the Discord, go through everything we posted, and then again we can run through the rest of the analysis as well, because we don't always have time to post everything in the Discord. So that's why I like to teach you how to trade so you can do it by yourself. So first we have an upside range on the QQQs. This is 459.67 to 460.96. Ideally you want to push down first, and you can look for the gap fill on ES. And again, that's going to be basically what I'm trying to explain here is how you get the nicer risk to reward and the nicer trades. So if we pull out, and you've got the ES futures over here, we had this gap down here to test. So what ideally would have been nice is this is the opening range. Instead of getting the initial push, you get initial push down. This could be our longs for the day to start pushing up to fill targets. In this case, again, we did kind of just run, and it's why we always say if you have a small account, you avoid these trades, because the risk reward isn't great. If you have a larger account and you can afford to kind of average into trades, we normally hit one at the open just so we're in no matter what, because a lot of times they do just run and then we're in for that trade. Other cases it will pull back and then run, but if we want to be able to afford to also average in there and then let it run. So again, small accounts, you probably wouldn't have taken this trade. And again, we have a small account challenge, which we did not trade again today, because again, it doesn't provide an A-star setup. We don't trade it. This is just like an A setup because it just runs right away. But overall, again, we'll go through it, just go through. But yeah, that's what we're basically trying to explain here. And again, that's why we're talking about it. So again, range top, range bottom, we provide this. We expect this range to completely fill. And then again, to add to this upside bias, you look at the NQ futures. Again, the QQQs is the ETFs of the NASDAQ. NQs are the futures. We had 3 gaps to fill it to the upside. So again, just giving us added kind of confluence to come and hit these upside targets. And then when looking at QQ range and NQ gaps, a gap of 1896 would be great target, as that's in line with QQ range top. So we'll go through exactly what this means. So again, when we are looking to trade, we're looking to get in from here and trade to here. This is our final or kind of main target of the day. Obviously, in other cases like today, it can continue to run, but this is a very predictable move. After this, it becomes a lot more unpredictable. So that is our main trade for the day, that kind of run. And you'll see, where do these targets line up? Because we were basically done within 7 minutes of trading. Because look at range top, lines in with this gap fill. So at 936, range is filled and gap is filled. That's why that's our main target, because we expect this one to hit, because that would require range to fill to hit. These ones are a bit less probable just because we have to continue the run, and sometimes you hit the top of this range and then you just sink. Other cases, opposite today, you break it, and where nice longs can present themselves is retests. So you break out of this range. If we want to continue high, we normally have to come for that retest, which we get here. Not only do we test the range high, we also get a test of the VWAP, providing a nice long. And again, this is why we mainly look at the ETFs. Even if we trade the futures like we did today, we still look at the ETFs more, because they seem to just be cleaner setups, as you can kind of see on here. So we went through that. Again, if we continue, just posted in chart again, 7 minutes in, all done, main targets filled for the day, which is a lovely jubbly. Now we continue to go down, then we're just posting in. Then if you do want to look to the upside, we do have magnets to the upside, and these are targets to fill. Again, these are anchored VWAPs from either yesterday or the day prior, which still needed to be filled. These ones have been filled already, so as that. This one on SPY has not been filled. So what this means is if we do run up, we'll fill these, and then that can be your target short. Again, this level will move, and that's why we teach you how to place them, so you know where these levels change to. So we pull that up right now, which is this one. You can see obviously that level is very different, but on SPY we're still waiting for these to fill, and we do have one line left down here to fill. Now continuing, we're looking for a pushback to the first touch of the MA. So again, when we're getting these pushed up, we do expect it to continue that push. So again, we called this at 9:45, which is when price was all the way over kind of here. And we kind of said, cool, you might as well long these pullbacks, because we are most likely going to come and touch this line again. This is because if we zoom out, gone to like a 5-day, 5 minute, when we broke into our downside move. We never got our retest. It just broke. No retest was received. So normally you look for that and it will become a magnet here. We're still very far away. We can't use it as a magnet. Today we're very close. Expect to target that. And that can provide a really nice short scalp. Now, this is why we say scalp, because we're not looking for an overall reversal on this level. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. And that's why we trade it how we know, and that's scalping. So if we go into the intraday chart, what you can see is that doesn't look like a massive move, but that was we traded 2 micro MNQs, and that was a $78 move. So again, that's a future account for the day, up 91. We took that and then we did a quick scalp on MESs, but overall $78 just from that quick move. Because again, look at that, you get in at 60, which is the level we called. That's a 22-point pullback. Again, even if you just trade 1 NQ contract, that's $20 a point, so that would be a $400 move, even on 1 contract. So again, they don't have to be big. We can look for scalps because there's definitely money to be made in scalps. And these are normally nice to catch off futures, and they are on the options or the ETF. So that's normally when I'll trade the futures for these scalps. So the bigger moves we trade on the options. But anyway, we call that out, and then we can continue down. Again, just, oh yeah, we're talking about that as well. We spoke about that slightly earlier in the video. Again, when you retest the range high, that allows you to then break new highs. It's good chances once you hold. So again, we hold that level. You expect to run to new highs again. When did we call that? We called that here. And what happened? All we did is run. We broke those highs, skyrocketed through, and now we're pushing all the way up. So again, great prediction on that as well. Let's continue down in things we have posted. And then another, we were just talking about that quick scalp short as well. 3 reasons to enter. It's your scalp short on the NQ futures. It is the VWAP extension. Again, that's the +2 deviation from the VWAP. And then it's also our 261 fib. So 3 reasons to enter. That's why we had high confluence in that scalp short, which we did. Again, you can see in, out, and then they skyrocket out. Sometimes they will just dump, other times they run, but that's why you turn it into a scalp to provide the high probability opportunity. Now let me just talk about the last 2 to fill over on the queue. So again, these are going to be magnets. Expect moves up there. They can provide nice scalp shorts. What did we see? Filled to the penny, scalp short. Lovely. That's actually all we posted in the Discord for now, but we can run through some other things. As always, again, if you've been watching the recaps consistently, you know we always talk about the 423 reversal fib. What's happening now? Even if it's just a scalp move, that's a lovely scalp, but otherwise, again, it can be reversals for the day. What you're starting to see, we're starting to trade back at the 50 RSI. So it's all about how do we react here. All we want to see is a snap below, a retest, and then if that 50 holds, really these shorts should just play out for the day, and we can kind of come back to this range. And really, at a minimum, we have some levels we want to retest, which I'm just trying to see where they are. I'm literally looking at it. Yeah, would expect to pull back as well, back to kind of this moving average, which again is going to be the 5-minute 100 SMA. So again, expect a retest of that level. So that should be quite clean. So we'll be looking for that. And again, now we can kind of run stops at a high, but overall it's kind of, short this range. First target you can use as a fib, because a lot of times you'll kind of retest that and run higher if you want to. But again, that'll be TP1, and you can kind of combine that with the VWAP because they're kind of right next to each other. TP2, and then range high would kind of normally be just where we look to take it basically all out by then. But again, always move stops if you were shorting anywhere kind of near, if you shorted the fib range especially, you're kind of going to want to have a minimum break-even stop. You shouldn't let this kind of trade turn negative, considering, again, if you got the algo range top, that is you would already pick up 60 points on the futures. So again, there's no way that should ever be turning negative. So what are we looking at then for the rest of the day? We'll just do some, predictions, because again, this will go up before these things play out. So again, does provide a nice short opportunity for the day. Again, you know how we talked about those moving averages catch up. We also needed that on the ES, and what you'll see is we shied it here. We didn't quite touch it. We got a runaway, tested VWAP, and then got another run up. And again, this is showing you the ETFs are cleaner to trade than the futures, even if we're trading the futures. So then we knew we'd probably run up and get that second kind of touch. And again, that was also lined up with actually getting to our fib extension on the QQQ. So again, there was reasons adding up that we'd do that extra run. And again, that provided a really nice short for the day. So really, that would have been the best short for the day anyway. Because again, we can then move our stops to break even again. Looks like we're kind of actually doing that right now. If we did run up to a new high, then really I would only trade shorts on confirmation. And what do we mean by confirmations? Basically these momentum indicators. So RSI, we want to start seeing trend below the 50, and on MACD, not only we want to see the cross, which you've already got, which again helped with this short. You want to see it stay in the negatives, which again we're doing now. The last thing we'd want to see for confirmation on the MACD, and again we'll pull these up. So on RSI, we want to see it come down, retest that 50, and then if that can hold, again, really going to add kind of confidence on that short thing with the MACD. We've already got the red, we've already got the cross, so really the main thing we're looking for is a break below the 0 line, retest, and again, if we can hold that, then again, then we've got everything lining up for shorts, and we should kind of just keep smashing down for the rest of the day. So, I mean, that is kind of what we're looking at for the rest of the day. Again, I would only run profits on these sorts of trades from now on because the main trade setups have already been done, which again is always the range fill. Once we have that, it's always just run profits because we should be in good profits for the day at that point. So I hope you enjoyed the trading recap. Hope to see you next one, and that's it. Peace.